Hi, my name's Katy Insley and I'm a yoga teacher. And I'm going to be guiding you through both a 30-minute yoga practice and also a 15-minute guided meditation to help you feel more calm, more relaxed, and hopefully help you get a better night's sleep. So, given everything that's going on in the world at the moment and the disruption that it's having on our everyday lives and routines, it's perfectly understandable, normal, and to be honest, even healthy to feel stressed and anxious. So, this yoga sequence and guided meditation will hopefully help you to combat some of those feelings. So, I like to do this practice after using Exhale Nutrition's CBD oil, particularly like the peppermint oil. And many people use these oils to help them relax, to help them control stress, and even to get a restful sleep. So I've been using it over the last couple of weeks, particularly to help with anxiety and with stressful situations, and to help induce a feeling of sleep as well when I feel like there's too much going on in my head. So generally I'll take this oil under my tongue, just about half a pipette, a few drops of oil, wait about 15 minutes, and then I'll sit on my mat and start my practice. So that's where we're going to begin today. So for this yoga sequence, you're not going to need any sort of special equipment. If you do happen to have a yoga mat, then I'd suggest that you go and grab that and lie down on your mat. Likewise, if you have a couple of yoga bricks, then go and grab those as well. All you really need though is a reasonably soft surface. So if you have wooden floors or tiled floors, perhaps just grab a blanket if you don't have a yoga mat and lie on the blanket. And if you don't have blocks, or in fact, even if you do have blocks, grab yourself a cushion as well. And then once you've got all of those things, come to find a comfortable seated position on your mat or on the floor. So you don't have to sit with your legs crossed. You can sit any way which is comfortable for you. So that might be with your bum on your heels and your knees and your feet together in a kneeling position. It might even be easier for you to sit with your legs out in front of you. But whatever position you choose, make sure that you can sit up nice and tall and that you are comfortable. So we're going to be sat like this for a few minutes to start the practice. Once you find a comfortable seated position, just rest your hands on your knees or your thighs and close your eyes. So we're going to start with our eyes closed. And we're going to take a few moments here just to bring our awareness to our breath, to start to deepen and lengthen your inhales in preparation for your yoga practice. And lengthen and steady your exhales. So keeping the eyes closed, start to bring your awareness completely to your breath. Maybe just taking a few moments here to notice how the breath feels right now in this moment. Noticing whether it's already started to become a little bit more calm and controlled and steady, or whether perhaps it feels a little short, shallow, maybe a little erratic. And then just accept and acknowledge however it's feeling. But we're going to consciously start slowing it down. So again, keeping the eyes closed, keeping the mouth closed as well, breathing through the nose. Start to deepen, steady, and lengthen your inhales. Try to breathe in so deeply that you feel your shoulders lift a few millimeters, your rib cage expand, and even your belly expand. And then as you exhale, try to exhale so fully that you empty your lungs completely. You feel your shoulders drop, your rib cage and your belly contract. Inhale, really controlling that flow of air in through your nose, keeping it nice and steady. Exhale again, keeping that flow of air out of your nose really steady, really controlled. Inhaling, starting to find a nice gentle rhythm to the breath. Exhaling fully. And we're going to take a few more deep breaths here, so keeping the eyes closed, keep lengthening those breaths. Take a couple more deep breaths here, inhaling deeply and steadily. Exhaling fully. One more deep inhale. One more long exhale. Now slowly as you inhale, start to lift your head, open your eyes. And then exhale fully here. Again, bring your attention to that length in your spine, push down through your bum, draw up through the crown of your head. Keeping your hands resting on your knees or on your thighs. Take another deep inhale here. And as you exhale, start to drop your head forward, bringing your chin down towards your chest. Now as you inhale, start to drop your head over to one side. Doesn't matter which side you go first, we'll do both. Exhale to hold here. So you're starting to feel a stretch down the opposite side of your neck. Inhale, keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Exhale fully. One more deep inhale here. And as you exhale, slowly allow your head to drop back to center, bringing your chin to your chest. As you inhale, allow your head to roll to the other side, feeling a stretch down the opposite side of your neck. Exhaling to hold here. Inhale, begin to notice that stretch down the other side of your neck. Exhaling to hold. One more deep long inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to bring the head all the way back to center, chin to your chest. Now rotating in the opposite direction again. This time as you inhale, start to rotate the head to the side. This time we're coming all the way back. So still on that inhale breath, drop the head all the way back. And then as you exhale, bring your head all the way around to the other side. And then forward, bringing your chin to your chest again. Inhale, let's go in the same direction. Drop your head to the side. Still inhaling as you bring it all the way back. And then exhale to complete the circle, dropping the head to the other side. And all the way forward. Let's take it in the opposite direction. Inhale, drop the head to the side. All the way back. Exhale, rotating around. Finally bringing the chin back to the chest, completing the exhale. Inhale once more, bring the head to the side. Still inhaling, drop it all the way back. Exhale, bring the head all the way round. And finally drop your chin back to your chest. As you inhale, lift your head. Exhale fully here. Now slowly start to bring your knees together and your feet together. So if you were kneeling, bring yourself to sit on your bum and then hug your feet and your knees in towards you. Wrap your arms around your shins. Take hold of opposite elbows if you can. Otherwise, forearms is fine. And then we're going to keep one arm around the shins and bring the other hand to the floor behind you. Now keep that hand quite central, so you don't want it to the side, you want it in line with your spine. Inhale deeply, push down through the hand that's on the floor to lengthen your spine. As you exhale, start to twist, opening your chest in the direction of the hand that's on the floor. Inhale, push down harder through that hand, sit up a little taller. Exhale to twist a little more, maybe turning your gaze past your shoulder. One more deep inhale here. One more exhale, twist a little further if you can. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Exhale to swap your hands. Inhale, push down through the other hand. Sit up nice and tall first. As you exhale, start to twist in the opposite direction. Inhale deeply, keep lengthening the spine. Use your exhales to twist a little more. One more deep long inhale, sit up just a touch taller if you can. Exhale, twist a little more, maybe gazing past the shoulder to the back of the room. Inhale, slowly come all the way back to center. And as you exhale, just walk your feet forward, so about a foot in terms of distance, and then let your knees drop out to the side and bring the soles of your feet together. So we're going to use one of our props here. If you have a block or a couple of blocks, make a little tower with them behind your heels. So have the top one at its highest setting. If you don't have blocks, you can place a cushion, probably standing on its side so it's tall enough, and place it on top of your feet. So we're going to hold on to the ankles here. As you inhale, start to pull your chest forward and draw your shoulders down your back. As you exhale, very slowly start to fold forward, bringing the forehead down towards the block or cushion, whatever you placed on or behind your feet. Now you'll notice that your arms end up trapped inside your legs. So we're going to release the arms, interlace the fingers around the tips of the toes, just very loosely, and then let the head go heavy. So you want to rest your head on whatever is on top of your feet or behind your heels. Your forehead should be supported. If you don't have a block or a cushion, you can of course just let your head hang heavy, but it's better to have something there to support them. Now have a play around with this position. Find a comfortable position that works for you. If you need to take your feet further forward or further back, then do so. Likewise, you can have a play around with whatever it is that you're resting your forehead on, so make it higher or lower, depending on your requirements. I'm going to take a good minute or so further in this position. So, making sure that your head is supported. Breathe nice and deeply. So, drawing the awareness back to the breath. Inhaling nice and steadily. Exhaling fully, maybe just using your exhales to relax a little bit more into the pose. So in this position, you'll feel a stretch probably down the length of your spine, probably into your inner thighs and your outer hips. You're just letting the weight of your body do the work here. So you're not pulling or forcing anything. You're not pulling your head towards your feet. You're not pushing your knees further towards the floor. Just relax completely. Focus on the breath and nothing more. On your next inhale, we're going to start to move out of this position, and there's no rush at all. So you're going to start to lift your head, suck in your belly, and start to roll up your spine one vertebra at a time. Pulling your arms in as you lift your chest, rolling your head all the way up. And then move your block or your cushion out to the side. Use your hands to bring your knees all the way back together. And then from this position, come onto your hands and knees. Make sure that the tops of your feet are on the floor. So you don't want your toes curled under here. You want the tops of the feet on the floor. And then bring your big toes together so your big toes are touching. Keeping the toes touching and the top of the feet on the floor. Start to take your knees a little bit wider. And then start to sit your bum back onto your heels. Now, if there's a big gap between your bum and your heels, you can grab a block or a cushion and you can pop it in between so your bum is resting on something. You've also got the option to place a cushion or a couple of cushions underneath your torso and rest on the cushion if that feels good. Otherwise, you're going to inhale deeply here. And then as you exhale, slowly start bringing your chest, your torso and your forehead down onto the floor. So it's really important in this position that the forehead is resting on something. So if you can't get the forehead all the way onto the floor, then place a block or a cushion underneath your forehead and rest the forehead on that instead. Now you can have the hands stretched out in front of you. You could even bend your elbows and place the forearms or the hands underneath your forehead. Or you can have your hands down by your feet. So again, just have a play around. Take whatever position works for you. And then breathe nice and deeply. You'll probably feel a stretch into your hips. Maybe a slight pinching sensation if your quads are quite short. That's relatively normal. And you might well feel a stretch down the length of your spine and also into the shoulders as well, if your arms are outstretched in front of you. Just try to enjoy that stretch and relax into it. So focus on your breath. Again, letting gravity do the hard work here. Taking a few more breaths, breathing nice and deeply and steadily. And then to come out of this position, out of our child's pose, start to walk your hands towards your knees. So wherever your hands were, bring them to the floor, just in front of your knees. And then slowly start to roll up your spine. So we're going one vertebra at a time, again rolling up nice and slowly. Bringing your chest And then your head all the way up. From here, let's come to lie down on the floor, lying on our back. And we're going to bend the knees and have the soles of the feet flat to the floor. So coming into supported bridge pose. So have the soles of the feet flat, have the feet hip distance and the knees hip distance. And just make sure that your feet are quite close to you. So if you reach down with your fingertips, you should be able to touch the back of your heels without having to lift your upper body here. So make sure that you can touch your heels. And then on your next breath in, we're going to push down through the feet. Slowly start to roll up your spine, one vertebra at a time. And then take hold either of your block if you have a block, otherwise take a cushion or a couple of cushions and prop them underneath your lower back. So specifically you want your tailbone, your coccyx to be resting on whatever is underneath it. And we're staying here for a couple of minutes, so don't go too high. Go to a point where you're getting a nice gentle stretch, but it doesn't feel too uncomfortable or too intense. And then release your lower spine down onto whatever is underneath it. Now at this point, if you're feeling a slightly too intense stretch down the front of the legs or maybe into the knees, you can take the feet slightly wider apart and bring the knees together. But try not to let the knees drop out to the side, so you don't want the knees to go any wider than hip distance. Now do a scan of your body again here. And try to let everything relax completely. So your core is relaxed, your quads are relaxed, your glutes are relaxed. There's no tension anywhere in the body. Your hands can be resting down by your side. They can be resting on your belly. You might even like to take them behind your head. So again, you can just have a play around here, work out what feels good for you. And then relax completely. Breathing nice and deeply. Nice and steadily. Just enjoying that nice stretch down the length of your spine. Not too intense, quite gentle. We'll take a couple more deep breaths here. As you inhale, slowly start to push down through the feet. Lift the hips a little higher. Pull whatever is underneath you from underneath you. Pop it down by the side. And then very slowly roll down your spine, one vertebra at a time, bringing your lower back all the way back down to the floor. Now hug your right knee into your chest, interlace your fingers around your right shin, and then extend your left leg down onto the floor. Push the back of the left knee down, flex the left toes. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, start to pull your right knee down towards your right shoulder. So it's coming ever so slightly out to the side, but not too far. Inhale deeply, maybe feel your belly rise against your right thigh. Exhale, see if you can pull the right knee a little closer to the right shoulder. One more deep long inhale here, keep that left leg active. Exhale, pull the right knee a little closer if you can. Inhale, bring your left knee in. Interlace your fingers around your left shin. Exhale, extend that right leg. Inhale deeply here. As you exhale, pull your left knee down towards your left shoulder. So again, slightly out to the side, not too far. Inhale, keep pushing down into the floor through the back of that right knee. Exhale, pull the left knee a little closer. One more deep inhale here. One more exhale, pull that left knee just a touch closer. Inhale, bring the right knee all the way back in. Interlace or rather wrap your arms around your shins. Take hold of opposite elbows or forearms. Exhale, release your head back to the mat and pull your knees down towards you. Use your inhales to push your lower back down into the floor. Use your exhales to pull your knees a little closer. One more deep long inhale. One more long exhale. Now keep your knees bent, but start to take your arms out to the sides of the room. Have the palms facing up to the ceiling. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, you're going to roll your knees all the way over to the right-hand side. Now keep your core muscles engaged, so try to control the knees coming down towards the floor. Now if you can't get your right knee all the way down onto the floor, then take a block and you can prop it up with a block underneath it. Try to keep your knees in line with your chest or at least your belly button. And once your right knee is supported and there's no gap in between your thighs, then start to turn your head to look past your left fingertips. We'll take a few breaths here, inhaling nice and deeply. Exhaling fully. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling fully. Inhale. Exhale. Now slowly as you breathe in, keep your core muscles engaged. Roll the knees all the way back into your chest. And as you exhale, we're going to roll them in the opposite direction. So take the knees all the way over to the left-hand side. And again, if the left knee doesn't come all the way down, you can place a block underneath it. Making sure that the thighs are together. Keeping the knees in line with your chest or at least your belly button. Start to turn your gaze to look past your right fingertips. So again, just enjoying that twist going all the way from the bottom of your spine, your sacrum, all the way up to your neck. Breathing nice and deeply as you can in this position. Let's take one more deep long inhale here. And one more long exhale. As you inhale, again engage your core, slowly bring your knees all the way back into your chest. And as you exhale, bring the soles of your feet back down to the mat. Bring your arms back down by your side and then slowly extend one leg and then the other leg down onto the floor. So you've made it to your Shavasana, your relaxation, and this is the most important position of any yoga practice. Most important in a practice just before bedtime, where you're trying to calm the mind. So find a comfortable position to lie in. Sometimes it's quite nice to place a blanket or a thin cushion underneath your lower back. Sometimes it's nice to place a thicker cushion or a bolster even underneath your knees to raise your knees a touch. And of course you can place something underneath your head to raise your head a bit. Once you've found a comfortable position, find complete stillness in that position and allow your eyes to close. So the only thing to do in this position is to remain completely still. Try not to fidget. Try not to readjust. Just allow yourself to relax completely. Feeling the weight of your body on your mat or the floor beneath it. You can allow your breath to start to return to normal. But try to remain switched off from any of the thoughts that want to enter your head. So I would suggest that you take a good 5 minutes at least lying in this position. If you have the time, I've filmed a separate 15-minute guided meditation which is perfect for the end of this practice, just to really induce that feeling of sleepiness and relaxation and calm. Once you have finished, spent enough time in your Shavasana, slowly start to introduce movement back to the body by wiggling your fingers and your toes first. And then by taking a really deep inhale, at the same time stretching your hands behind you, pointing your toes. Exhaling, hug one knee, then the other knee into your chest and wrap your arms around your shins. Rock from right to left a few times, just releasing any tension in the lower spine. And then rock all the way over onto your right or your left hand side before bringing yourself back up into a seated position. Thank you for joining and following along for this yoga sequence. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you're feeling suitably sleepy and calm and ready for bed. Thank you. Namaste. So let's begin the 15-minute guided meditation. So we're going to lie down on our backs, and it doesn't matter whether you're lying on a yoga mat, on a blanket or rug on the floor, or maybe even in bed already. But come to find a comfortable position, trying to lie on your back for this. But you can use any props to help yourself feel more comfortable. So you might want to pop a cushion or a pillow underneath your head, or you might want to pop something underneath your lower back, or indeed under your knees, just to lift the legs a little bit. And we're going to take this guided meditation lying in Shavasana, in a relaxing position. So once you've found a position that works for you and one that you'll be able to comfortably hold for 15 minutes, close your eyes. Keep them closed for the duration of the meditation. And just allow yourself to listen to my voice and nothing else. So once you've closed your eyes, find a comfortable position for your hands to rest in. So they could be resting on your belly, on your abdomen. They could be resting down by your side. Just do whatever feels comfortable. And once you've found a comfortable position for your hands, we're going to start to deepen the breaths. So keeping your eyes closed, keeping your mouth closed, start to lengthen and deepen your inhale breaths. And then start to lengthen your exhales. Breathing in really slowly, really steadily through the nose. Exhaling just as steadily through the nose. Notice the sensation of your belly rising as you breathe in. And of your belly falling as you breathe out. And then just notice what's going on in your head and try to clear your mind of any thoughts, any worries, any stresses. Just allowing yourself to focus completely on your breath and on the sound of my voice. So it doesn't matter if thoughts do creep into your head. That's totally okay. That's very normal, in fact. But what we're going to try and do is simply acknowledge those thoughts and then just let them float away. So visualize them floating away. And once they've floated away, bring your awareness back to your breath, to your long, deep inhales and your long, steady exhales. Sometimes it's quite helpful to introduce a mantra to focus your attention. And that mantra could be something as simple as silently saying "let" as you inhale deeply and "go" as you exhale fully. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Let. Go. See if you can deepen the breath a little more. Really noticing your belly rising and falling as you inhale and as you exhale. Now we're going to start to scan the body from the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. Just noticing each part of the body and allowing it to relax in turn. So keeping your eyes completely closed, keeping completely still, draw your awareness to the crown of your head. Notice any sensations in the very top of your head. And then move to the back of your head. Notice the weight of your skull on the mat, floor, rug or bed, whatever's underneath it. And notice any sensations around the back of the head. Moving to the front of your head, notice any sensations around the eyes, the eyebrows, the forehead. Notice if you are frowning and your forehead is wrinkled. And if you are, just allow your forehead to soften before bringing your awareness down to your mouth. Noticing how your lips feel, how your jaw feels. Noticing maybe whether your teeth are clenched or your tongue is on the roof of your mouth. And just allowing your mouth to relax completely, so taking any tension out of the jaw. Allowing the lips to just softly close together. Tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Now start to bring your awareness further down towards your neck. Noticing any tension in the neck. Allowing the neck to relax completely. And then moving your awareness to your shoulders. Again, notice if you're holding any tension in your shoulders. If you are, just allow that tension to slip away, allowing the shoulders to melt down into whatever is underneath them. Feel the weight of your shoulder blades being supported. And let your shoulders relax completely. Start to bring your awareness down your right arm. Let your upper arm, your elbow, your forearm and your wrist feel heavy. Let your fingertips rest lightly if they're on your belly, or otherwise just curling naturally if the hands are resting by your side. Draw your awareness back up your right arm. And then draw the awareness to your chest, again noticing any feelings of tension, of tightness in the chest, allowing that to relax and release completely. Going across to the left arm, noticing the weight of your left upper arm, your left elbow, your left forearm and left wrist. Allowing the fingertips to rest gently if they're on your belly, or curl naturally if the hands are resting on the floor. Draw your awareness back up to the chest. And then down through your abdomen, just noticing along the way that sensation of your belly rising and falling as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then taking your attention further down the body towards your lower back and your bum. Again, just noticing any tension around the glutes or the core muscles. Letting go of that tension. Start to take your awareness down your right leg. Notice any tension in the thigh, the quad muscles at the front of the right leg. Let go of any tension that's there. Draw your awareness to the right knee. And then to the right calf muscle, noticing again the weight of your calf against whatever is underneath it. Drawing your awareness further down still to your right heel. Noticing any feelings, any sensations in the heel. And then drawing your awareness all the way to the tips of your toes on your right foot. Letting that right foot relax completely, just letting the weight drop to the side. Slowly start to draw your awareness back up your right leg, up to your right hip, and then over to the left leg. Starting with the hip, working down to your left thigh, releasing any tension in the thigh. Drawing your awareness to your left knee, noticing any sensations there. And then drawing your awareness further down to your left calf muscle. So noticing the weight of your calf being supported by whatever's underneath it. Draw your awareness further down to your left heel. And then all the way down the left foot to the tips of your toes. Slowly start to draw your awareness back up your left leg. All the way back to your abdomen. and back to your breath. See if you can deepen and lengthen your inhales a little more. Bringing more awareness back to your breath. And then draw your awareness to your body as a whole. Really noticing the weight of your body. Allowing everything to feel nice and heavy. Completely supported by whatever's underneath it. Knowing that you can use this tool of deep, steady breathing and scanning your body to induce a feeling of calm, of relaxation, of tiredness, or whenever you need it.